Hello, welcome to the Wednesday show today. I just thought to come back with another show. I'm doing it on my Apple device here today. The Wednesday show. As you were saying, there's a good bit of information out there. More about the FAI. They haven't reached a decision on the thing yet. Whether Stephen Kenny is what they're doing yet. I think it'll be announced on Thursday, or someone will make a statement. It's still FAI reporting line up Lee Carsley to replace Stephen Kenny, according to Joe, Sports Joe. And Revi Benitez, his name was mentioned as well. He was in Liverpool. He was doing well. He done well there in a good while. His name is also mentioned. So it'd be interesting to see now how they get on. And the latest news then on the RTE's website is Cabinet wants clarity on the sale of RTE lands at Mount Charles within weeks. What this report is saying on the news, it's if I can read it, it's on the front page there on the Irish Independent there today. RTE is coming under mounting government pressure with financial stricken broadcasts potentially needing a bailout of upwards of 50 million Senator coalition figures. It also says a senior government source said RT would now be asking about selling off Montrose in discussion around its future. The senior source questioned how many staff actually worked on the site after COVID and noted to say it would raise substantial funds. Well, I'm sure there'll be more news on that on the RT News, more on it. And then I see on the thing, mortgage lending soars at credit unions as rates of just 2.9% attract borrowers. That's if people are into credit union, borrowing money, and there's a lot of people buying cars, and they buy them that way to the credit union. It's an easy way of buying a car. And breaking news here, relief for Irish rugby fans as planned French air traffic control strike is called off. That's a bit of good news there. Irish fans hoping to make their way to Nantes for Saturday's World Cup between Ireland and Togo can breathe a sigh of relief after French air traffic controllers called off their planned industrial action. So that's a bit of good news, I'd say. As I was saying, I'm well into the podcast now. Good bit into them. This is 37 episode. The last one was slightly short. There's another article as well. Mary Kenny writes it on the Irish Independent. Ryan Tuberty has all the skills and talent to do Chum Piers Morgan's job, but I have another idea for him. Now I'm not sure that's on premium sync, so I don't get that. He's all over the place. Ryan Tuberty. He's in London. He was in London for a good while, and then he's back in Ireland with his Vespa bike. So I'm not sure what he's going to do. I'm sure he's going to do something, but it's not saying yet. And Toy Show, the musical airtime, Soho House, and Ryan Tuberty's draft contract, the latest Austrian revelations. That's on the video actually. There's more of it on the RT website there. All of these and then there's another one. 3 male juvenile arrested after Garda rammed in County Loud. A member of An Garda show Síochána has reportedly unfit for duty after the squad car he was travelling was rammed in County Loud yesterday. Garda said the management containment update was up in place after he had identified a car which had been subjected to an authorised taking earlier on Monday evening in the Dundalk area. 3 male juveniles were arrested. So that's no better as well. That bit of news. And then more about the Stardust inquest. Today, doorman who manned Fire Tragedy nightclub decided to tell Garda the truth. This is the inquest into the fireman. Michael Kavanagh corrected statements to Garda and said others tried to make him a scapegoat for fire that killed 48. And that story then by Catherine Fagan. So that story then in that paper. I that's on premium as well. And revenue tax default as future traders and physical therapists top list as 3.7 in settlements made. I see. And then on the entertainment news, that was the main news. Then on that, the main news, Mrs. Brown's review, not a single laugh when even the farts are lazy and timid. They're all having a right go at Mrs. Brown. It's really, really top of the pile the way they keep on going at the serious, and it's really relentless of what, I don't know what's going on there. And then it's been Kylie Minogue. It's not cool to be ageist. And Jamie Nesbitt reveals Late Late Show date with Patrick Keelty as he tips Irish rugby team for World Cup success. That's on the premium as well. And Oscar nominee Jim Sheridan cast role of Sophie Duplantier in new film. Who he cast is Luxembourg German actress Vicky Crisps in set to play the late television producer in the film. The role of has been cast in Jim Sheridan's upcoming film about a French woman in Ireland almost 3 decades ago. Is Vika Crisps is set to play the late television producer in the film titled Recreation, with Oscar nomination Sheridan describing her as the perfect choice for the role. So that's in development there, that film. And the Wolfe Tones Brian Wolfe and wants apology from abusive Joe Duffy on Lifeline. I heard that myself. I thought Joe wasn't fair. He went over the top. He went too far. It just says Joe Duffy was abusive and I think totally out of line. To slow me on the airways and demote me, telling me that I made money on the back of violence and death in the north. That is untrue. There's a lot of people on the Wolfe Tones case and really going at them hammer and tongue, and I think they're going too far. They are making a living out of making songs, and they don't deserve that kind of abuse on the radio or on any kind of streaming device or television. So it's out over the top. And Mr. Duffy should apologise to Mrs. Brian Warfield immediately. Don't leave it anymore on Liveline. You're getting messages every day, and you won't read my messages anyway. But I think you should give this man an apology now, before it's because it's not helping you out. So that's my advice there. So I do give advice on this. I was just going to try this out. Alton Conlon is a good singer there, and his new album is All Sewn Up. It's a good video. It's getting a lot of views and all. I just wanted you to hear it, a bit of it if you can. Here it is. She has it all sewn up, neat at the seam. She's the cat that got the cream, grooms incessantly. Cool, keen and tall, lean, mean and raw, all sewn up. Well, that was a B-side video of All Sewn Up, and he is getting a lot of airplays for it. He was on Joe Duffy as well, singing it on the Funny Friday there. I see. I was listening to that myself. He was on that, and then that was the Mary Coughlin. He's doing a podcast then with Mary Coughlin. It's good. I was just listening to the podcast. It's fairly good. It's on iTunes. It's on everything, so you should check it out. So I just thought I'd play that a bit, and that's on YouTube, and that's the main thing then on that. And then on the RTE, let me see if I got the RTE website opened. I'll have to open it. But that's the main news then on that. Then on the RTE website, It just says energy companies told to go further on price cuts. According to Leo Varadkar, he says energy is over the top, the prices. And wedding party saved Moroccan villages from quake. What that story then is an outdoor wedding celebration has been credited with saving all the people of Morocco village during Friday's deadly earthquake. The marriage of 22-year-old Haba Adjou and 30-year-old Abba Mohammed Ba was due to take place at the village, but by custom, the bride's family held a party the night before the wedding. A video filmed by a guest that showed the moment of 6.8 magnitude earthquake. So it was terrible. And then Fair City actor Aaron Harris died suddenly in pain. He played Deegan, Inspector Deegan there. He was very good in it. I was just looking at Miles Bourne. He played Miles Bourne actually, and the actor whose real name is David passed away suddenly in Spain. The notice that the actor sadly missed funeral arrangements has not been announced. He was in Fair City and he played Tommy O'Neill played tribute to him as well. He played that's what I was saying. That's sad news there. So that's coming in there, and then more about the rugby Ireland playing to miss training, and that was that. And then in the soccer, there was soccer matches there tonight. More Ireland won actually. They won convincingly there in the under 20. They have a good team in the under 20 there. Republic of Ireland 3, San Marino nil, and the scorers there were Fata scored 80 and 45 2, and Armstrong 65. San Marino. So the boys and girls struggled to find their rhythm for long spells, and Jim Crawford's rotated squad by giving first competitive starts to 5 players. And the new faces were the Armstrong winger Veta Antoni and James Furlong, the suspended Sean. The new wingers brought a plenty of energy and the experience from Andy Moran had the cast iron penalty shot waved over. So it was a good performance there, I was just saying, and they were ready to go. So it was very good for Sinclair Armstrong. That's the man that was on there tonight on the television. God, he was very good. I was impressed with him. He was on RTE. They were talking about. So they have a good team there under 20. So any manager that comes in, I'll be looking at that the players, which Steve Kenny was doing too. He was looking at all the players there, all the under 20 players, and it was a good way to go anyway. To come up with talent. So it's the only thing you can do. So that was my assessment of that. So, and there were matches. England won there. They won Scotland in a friendly 3-1. That match was on as well tonight. And there was no more then on that. And then on the entertainment news, Connolly denies clash with BBC as he exits EastEnders. And Belfast 3-0 United for a haunting in Venice. That's another film there. That's the Pardo film, his latest film, based on the novel Halloween Party. So it's a much different haunting in Venice. Brannock's first third outing as director. So he's well into Pardo and making it. So if people are interested. And then on the business news, LB Looney resigns with immediate effect. That story then. So, EU Commissioner cuts Eurozone growth forecast. And Coca Cola, biggest selling drink here for 19th year. Just says there, a lot of people buying it. I like it myself, Coke Zero. And there's another one, Coke Caffeine. It's a good one as well. So, if anyone wants to check that out. And then I went to the Wolfe Town thing there. And then on the Joe sports section there, it just says more, as I was saying there, FAI reported line up Khalid Casley, but And then they're mentioning as well Roy Keane for it. Brian Kerr hails Stephen Kenny as a great football man, but feels that now is good time for change. Uh, Gareth Southgate confirms England approach failed for bloody good Evan Ferguson. They should leave the chap alone, as I was saying there. He's from Ireland. He's Ireland are gonna string a good team around him, I'm sure, and he can score goals. I was just looking at him there, and he's on Instagram. I look up his thing there. He gave a good interview there with Brighton, and they should leave him. All the English crowd there, that's on the team there, should really leave him alone. So Declan Rice and Jack Grealish have gone their ways with England, and if they ever want to come back, I'm sure to change them, say they don't get picked, that could happen as well. And then on the GEA website, two frontrunners for Derry job after news of Mina's imminent departure. Well, that's sure. I'm not sure, is that the hurling job or the camogie time? Former Tyrone player Mina took over from. Yeah, it's a football job actually. So he left it there. So Roddy Gallagher was in that job. So uh, Clifford Brothers star an entertaining interview with local Killarney councillor for Clubber, and that's the streaming service for the Gaelic. I got myself one of the days. Uh, so that was that. Johnny Glenn gave one match ban for incident with Darren Morrison in club game, and that's then on the latest on that. And then on the coming soon website, I'm gonna see if there's any more news I can give you there. It just says the Conjuring Universe and movie ranked after The Nun 2. It mentions The Nun 2 and it shows you the trailer of it. Looks frightening there if you went to see it. It looks frightening actually. A surprisingly spooky sequel. That's what it says on that. And co-creator of Mutant Henge and Turtles, Kevin Eastman talks mutant mayhem and video games. And then Martin Scorsese plans to play a role in his new Jesus movie. Now I'm not sure what that story is about. He wants to play a role in a new movie he's making about Jesus Christ. In an interview, Scorsese offered some new details about the new Jesus movie he wants to make, hinting that he would be built on similar themes covered in 2016 Silent Star, Andrew Garfield and Adam Driver. Scorsese said he plans to be in the movie, but didn't elaborate any further than that. While Scorsese is best known for Taxi, the Wolfe, uh, and he made cameo appearance in the quiz show in May 2023. He's worked on a new movie about Jesus after him, and with Helen Morris privately met with Pope Francis at the Vatican. I have responded to the Pope appeal to in the only way I know how, by imaging and writing a screenplay for a film about Jesus. So that'd be interesting there. And Scorsese's latest Killers of the Flower Moon star Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro, Lily Gladstone, Brendan Fraser. The film opens in the United States on the October the 20th. I think it's 4 hours actually, and it's on the Apple TV, so you should check that out. I'm sure all the people that's making films and doing film courses will check this out. Martin Scorsese film. It's interesting the way he films the film. I was just looking at The Godfather. That's something that we were studying there, and how it was filmed and it's shot with the different cameras and all the different way they set them up and understudies. So I just thought I'd bring this together, this podcast today, and I'm getting a little bit of help there with promotion. So be interesting to see how we get on. So I'm planning other projects coming up there, and I'll let you know anyway, I'll let you go anyway. This is the 37th episode. I think I've gotten everything that I was going to talk about. This Wicklow GEA, of course, is coming up as well. All the matches, 5th round in Wicklow GEA next week. It's all to play for in them club matches, and I'll go through them in another podcast. So, thanks for listening, and I'm looking for guests, as I was saying, at the moment, and if anyone is interested, let me know. You can get me on Lorcan Current 3 at gmail.com if you want to come on my show to talk to me on a guest. And I'm looking for guests of any kind. If you want to come on to talk about anything, change the stories a bit. Other people are doing it. Patrick Keelty's soon on the Late Late Show. Why not me? I just need a guest. So thanks for listening. And anyway, I hope you enjoy my podcast. And that's what I'm here to do: report on news and sport. And I've been doing it since COVID. So thanks for listening, and goodbye.